For number 11, 12, 13, and 14, these ones are given, you are given the shape and you have to solve for x. We're going to start with 11 and 14. So 11, these are interior angles. So we first are going to figure out how many sides this shape has, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they told us what all the angle measurements are. We need to figure out what they would add up to equal. So we're going to use our sum formula, that n minus 2 times 180, to figure out what the sum of these inside angles would have to equal. So because there's 5 sides, we would do 5 minus 2 times 180, and that comes out to being 540. Once you know the sum of all of those interior angles, you're going to add all 5 of them up. So 540 would have to be equal to 105 plus 118 plus 75 plus 130. If we add all of those together, it would come out to be 428, and then we would add on the variable, or x. Once you're here, you're just going to solve for your variable. And in this one, it would come out to being 112. And we're going to jump right to number 14 because that one is very similar to number 11. So just like last time, we're going to figure out how many sides this shape has, and then we're going to find the sum. This one had 6, so we would do 6 minus 2 times 180. And that sum is going to come out to 720 degrees. Now that we know what they all have to add up to equal, we're going to actually go ahead and add them together. In this one, you want to be careful that you don't forget this angle that's 90 degrees in the corner. So if we take 98 plus 90 plus 155 plus 140 plus 112, that should come to 595, and then we have one x term. So we'll subtract 595 on each side, and that will come out to 125 is equal to x. So these ones were interior angles because they were inside the shape. 12 and 13, these angles you can see are outside the shape, and we talked about how the sum of all the exterior angles is 360. So 360 would be equal to each of these exterior angles added together. So if we start by adding our variable terms together, 3x plus 4x would be 7x, and then we are going to add 46 plus 62 plus 47 plus 93. And when you add those all together, you would get 248. Once you're here, it's just solving an equation. So subtract that 248 on each side. And then that would come out to be 112 equals 7x, and then we'll divide both sides by 7. Once you do that, you would get your answer of 16 for our x value. Number 13, same type of problem. These are all angles on the outside, or the exterior, so they all have to have a sum of 360. So if we look, we have an x, 8x, and a 4x. If we add all of those together, it becomes 13x. Then we have 54 plus 45 plus 50 plus 42. And if we add all of those together, we come out to 191. Once we're here, we're going to subtract that 191 on each side. That's going to come to 169 equals 13x. Then we will divide both sides by 13. 169 divided by 13 is also 13. So our x value in this one would be 13.